Well, hello and welcome to Tarot Tuesday on Wednesday. I got home last night and I'm like, oh my goodness, it is Tuesday. And even today, when I got home, the trash cans were out. I'm like, oh, everybody got their recycling out early. And Gail's like, recycling's on Friday. Today is Wednesday. I'm like, it is. So, hello, this is Minnassa, the Diva of Divination, Tarot Living with Minnassa, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so glad that you're here. And so, yes, today we're doing Tarot Tuesday on Wednesday. And so I welcome you so much. I want to ask you, I'm inviting you, let's get connected. I have a podcast. You can find it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and on other places. Tarot Living with Minnassa podcast. Follow me on that podcast. Subscribe, like, do whatever. I really appreciate it. And what I do is I talk about tarot. So the first season I went through tarot decks. I went through basically a lesson on the tarot, taking you through the major arcana and the minor arcana. Then I went through decks, and sometimes I give a reading. And so this is my second season. And so my newest podcast was up on Tuesday, and I talked about the Lenormand cards. So connect with me on Instagram, Minnassa, Tarot Living with Minnassa. I got a Minnassa Gabon page on Facebook. And I'll put all those links in here. And if you'd like to support my podcast or this YouTube channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee or actually a cup of tea. But all those things. But let's get connected across social media. And so today, in honor of Women's History Month, this is a great month. I'm really enjoying all the beautiful things. I will also let you know that on Saturday, usually my YouTube channel is the first Saturday and the third Saturday, but in honor of Women's History Month, I'm doing a show every week. And this Saturday, I will have the one and only Katie Moonchild from Katie Moonchild's World, and then the Soul Sisters, Tarot, EQ, and Sonia. And we're going to be talking about our favorite women in the tarot deck, and then who's inspired us throughout history, and then, of course, doing many readings. And so I was listening to a podcast this week, Healing Through Tarot, and she was talking about, Dr. Hardison was talking about reclaiming or healing the witch archetype, and she went through the 4 queens in the tarot deck. And so I got inspired. I said, well, let me do a reading. What are the queens saying to us? Not really knowing that it was such a beautiful and awesome thing that they're calling us to. And so I'm very excited to move forward. So we're going to take a look at the 4 queens. I'm using my Dreams of Gaia Tarot. Part of the reason that I chose them is because the vividness. So this goes with the elements. So there's the Queen of Water, the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Earth, and the Queen of Air. And these queens have a message for us, and how perfect that the Queen of Water will talk to us about how we end this astrological year in Pisces. The Queen of Fire will speak to us about how we begin the next astrological year in Aries, followed by the Queen of Earth, my lady, because I'm a Virgo, but we'll be going into Taurus and how to use that energy, and then ending with the Queen of Air as we go into Gemini. So this is a really good reading about what is the energy and how to use the energy moving forward over ending this month and over the next 3 months, or over these last 4, over the last astrological season, and then over the next 3 signs. What is the energy? How do you work with those signs? How do we step into the energy of those signs in that divine feminine energy? And of course, being this month of Women's History Month, honoring that. And so let's just, for a quick minute, before it gets centered, solid. Yes, let's take a deep breath in and out. And let's take a deep breath in and out. And this is a safe and sacred space. In this space, we are guided, guarded, protected, and divinely directed, body, mind, soul, and spirit. And so it is. So let's take a look at the first of these mighty queens, and this is the Queen of Water. And we had her last week because I was looking at the season of Pisces. So how do we, as we have about 9 or 10 more days of this astrological sign of this water queen's energy. And so this is the queen of love, the queen of nurturing, the queen of, and so when I say love, just that, and almost that mother archetype, that this is the capacity in these last 9 days we have to nurture ourselves. And this is like, I want to hear this because I'm ready to go. I'm getting my readings up, and that keeps coming. Relax. Go with the flow. And so this mighty queen, and you see the Cancer there, again, that other water sign, and the moon, that this is a real time to connect with our intuition and to nurture. In the spring, we want things to come to life. We want things to root and to explode and to grow. And how do you do that? You nurture them. You nurture the youngling while it's still a seed or in its bulb. You take time as things are beginning to sprout. You take time in that early stage. And this is for us to end this astrological year in this water sign of one, nurturing ourselves. What are those things that we're wanting to grow? What are the areas that we're wanting to be empowered? How are we wanting to expand and step into our light? Those things need to be nurtured. You can't them just happen haphazardly, or this isn't about the fool just walking forward boldly. This is about thinking, but from a love, emotional, intuitive energy, and nurturing ourselves. So this is about resting. This is about being at peace, moving at a pace where we're able to take a look at the bigger picture of this flow, and really not just nurturing ourselves, but nurturing the relationships that are important to us. Come December 31st, 2022, what relationships matter to you that you want those relationships to be strong, healthy, healed, empowered, and blooming? This is the time to nurture, to water, right? To water those things with your attention, to water those relationships with your attention. And that means watering those people, watering your communications, watering your way of being around those people, around those relationships that matter to you. And then really going within, taking this time to listen to spirit. Taking that time in the morning or taking that break in the afternoon, but really making a concerted effort to connect with the goddess. Look at that moon above her head. To connect with that divine feminine, which is about creating, creativity, that sacral chakra, sensuality and sexuality, using all that energy. You know, just that sacral chakra is where your baby sits. And so then it's about what are you ready to give birth to? And right, babies are in that water. So when your water breaks, right? So what is nurturing? What are you wanting to bring life to? And how do you nurture that? How do you love that? How do you water that so that it can grow and flow? And so that is our invitation over these remaining days of this great queen's reign. And then we step into the queen of fire. We step into Aries. So this is about independence and assertiveness. But this is the life of the party. This is the queen that's about action, about interaction, about connecting. And so as we have nurtured those relationships and watered them, we now present them to the energy of the sun so that the sun can bring life. The sun can draw up. The sun can nurture. And so this is that time in Aries season to really step into the things that we want to see happen with confidence and with boldness, but from a place of connecting, from a place of our passion. So getting that sacral chakra and that solar plexus chakra. So one, healthy energy, healthy boundaries, and then coming from our light, coming from our fire. What makes you happy? What lights you up? What do you, when you do this, you feel good? When you're with these people, you feel happy. When you're at this activity, this is the time to multiply those activities, to bring them into the light, and to move purposefully, to move intelligently, to move strategically in these areas, to shine your light. This is the time. Bring it out. No more playing small. Get your fire out. And look at that. You got the Lolos around her, which is the butterflies, and the cat, the familiar, right? Because even the Queen of Wands has her black cat with her. And so these butterflies are about transformation, about flying high, about being free. And then again, using the resources. Using the resources. And then you see the, excuse me, my itchy nose, the eye above her again. That still, we're bringing that intuitive information from the Queen of Water and then lighting it up, connecting it, using it as inspiration for our passions. And then we come to the Queen of Earth. So then we'll be in Taurus season. And of course, Taurus is the most loyal of the earth signs. So this is that time to get grounded. So you've been intuitive, in the flow, connected with the energy of the goddess, and all of this, of course, is the divine feminine and the queen energy. And then you moved with that fire. You brought the sun to it. You shined your light. And so now, before you get caught up and off guard from doing so much, you get grounded. You connect with the earth. You get still. Look, what is blooming? What is growing? So again, is there a nurturing there, right? Not just, okay, I'm done with the water, so what needs to be nurtured? And where now can that fire activity even be more strategic, more focused? You get grounded. You connect with the earth. You honor this great earth being. Of course, in May is Mother's Day. So again, connecting with that mother and nurturing aspect. Don't let yourself burn out from using that Aries energy, but really taking that time. Again, let me nurture myself. Let me get grounded. What didn't work in Aries season? What needs to be refined? And what needs to be redefined? And then what needs to be let go? That's what this grounding period is again. And a chance to reconnect with your intuition. So using that Taurus season to get grounded. Focus on what's working. Focus on what makes you feel good. Focus on where you feel alive. Focus on where your intuition is flowing. And then in those areas where that's not, from a grounded place, say, is this working? Does it need to be tweaked? Or does it need to be let go? And then lastly, we'll step into Gemini season and the Queen of Air. And so this, all the other queens, nurturing, loving, mothering. But the Queen of Air is a bit more kind of just the facts, ma'am. And so as you have now had that opportunity to connect with the flow, to bring that fire energy, to get grounded, this is a real good time as we step into the end of May and the beginning of June with this Queen energy to say, now let me really look at the facts. Is this working? Am I nurturing myself? Am I nurturing my relationships? Am I being honest in my communications? This is the time to look at the facts. Now, why I feel no. This is about the facts. This is about the logic. And so to look at where you are at this time of the year, will be at the halfway point of the year, of the calendar year. And are you doing the things that you want to do that you know will be bringing you joy in life at the end of the year? Are you doing the things? Are you interacting with the people? Are you nourishing yourself, doing your self-care and your self-love? Are you in relationships that are nurturing and empowering? Are you using the mighty, mighty word no? I'm not available, and no means no. Are you doing those things? And are you still being driven by your passion versus being driven by other people's needs or other people's desires, or, recovering people pleaser like me? So this is that chance in that air sign, just the facts. And then to communicate information clearly and logically, one to yourself, on your business. So this is the way to operate, to bring that divine feminine energy forward, using the archetypes and the energy of these great queens. And so spend the rest of these 9 or 10 days really resting. I want to be doing stuff and getting my business. And it's like, okay, let me rest, because I'm looking forward to fire season, not fire season, but the sign of Aries and being in that fire. See, I'm from California, so fire season has a different meaning for me. But being in that fire energy, being assertive and independent and powerful and connected to my passions, I'm ready to do that. But the best way to do that is to have your reserves, have your account full, and then your extra account full. And then to ground after that, and then check the facts. So that then as we go from air sign, we'll step into Cancer again, and we'll be back to the great water sign. It's a chance to get intuitive, get to connected. That there is a flow of how things go, and if you step into that flow, you're able to use the energy of that time to your and my benefit. And that's what these great queens are inviting us to be intentional. That even as spiritual people, there has to be an intentionality to what we're doing. So I just follow the flow of spirit. Okay. But I feel that these higher guides and that this divine feminine is saying, get intentional. Get a plan. We have these seasons, and you can step into this energy and be empowered by it and be inspired by it and be guided by it. And it's like the easier way. It's like, well, no, I don't even know how many of you are old enough to know what I'm talking about, but using a Thomas guide. You can get around using a Thomas guide, or you can just be right? Get the phone and put the thing in the GPS and be done. So this is your opportunity to use the GPS of the Queen's energy, of the energy of that astrological sign, and of the energy of the time, or you can do it a harder way. You're still going to get there, but do you want to get there poised, refined, and rested? I say yes, you do, and I know that I do. And so I hope this reading has been a blessing to you. It has been a joy for me to work with these mighty queens. I wish you all a beautiful day. I will say that I did do my Minnassa's sacred space. I just have not uploaded it here, and I will do that today. I appreciate your patience with your girl. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. I love all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. I appreciate your comments of encouragement. Thank you. I am so blessed to be able to do what I love. Thank you to YouTube and all the nerds that got this stuff going so that we're able to connect across the internet's streets. And I'm able to shine my light in so many places. I'm ecstatic about it. Love you all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.